Hi, Raiden. Hi, Sector.
1, 2, tap.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Let's try that one.
You have to do each move 8 ways. As you see, a joystick goes 8 different ways. So if I was to do a front kick, I'd have to do it frontwards, backwards, sideways, and diagonal 4 different ways.
This is why we have the tape on the floor, just to keep them facing the right direction.
Here's the camera that takes in the signal. We run signals into our Betacam recorder, and we also run a signal here into our PC. And then on our PC here, we have one of our boards connected to that. And also, this is where we do the actual grabbing of frames to be digitized. You can kind of see our talent out there, and I'll really quickly grab some images of them. That's good, Tony. We're able to click through frame by frame, delete the frames we don't want, keep the frames that we do like. As a matter of fact, you know what we should do?
Is shove them.
We should shove them. We should have done that from day one. Somebody just push them real hard.
We should all right, now the next animation, just stand there. Push.
The day that we spend filming is probably, like 2% of the entire amount of time that has to be devoted into doing it.
Once we get the digitized image, it's a lot like painting. And right now we're going through a process where we sort of filter the images through. We'll grab the image and Steve Baran will start and do some Photoshop on the guy, and then we'll hand him over to Tony, who does some touch-up. And then it gets passed over to me, and then I do some of this more detailed touch-up, and then I give it back to Steve, and he kind of separates the different colors and creates the different palettes, and then we give it back to Tony, and he does the final touch-up and stuff and gets it ready for the game.
I did a drawing of this and everything. In 3D, you can make it any size and any lighting, any angle you wanted. Dave Michich did this, the 3D version. This is it's just ornamental, it's just like kind of a really neat background thing. But I was telling Ed about the story, like it's a soul cage.
I'm working on a friendship move for our Shigoro character. That's her tentative name. She doesn't have a real name yet. Her move is she's going to turn around and she's going to pull out sort of plates and little sticks, and she spins the plates and the sticks and balances them on her hand, and she does this with her back towards you.
Shiva wins. Friendship.
This is Shang Tsung morphing into the robot ninja, who we call Ketchup right now, because right now there's a red guy and there's a yellow guy, so we call them Ketchup and Mustard. But they will have real names later on.
And then you know what? And then we can give them numbers, so it'll be poop on you too,
Right.
Whatever can possibly happen in the game, I have to program the game to be able to do that. As you play the game, when you first start, the computer's very dumb. It'll just stand there, it'll let you beat it up. And then as you fight the second guy, it'll get a little smarter, and then the third guy a little smarter. And it has to be progressive. It has to be something that's, a smooth increase in the difficulty. Because if you play the game the first time and the computer kills you, you're not going to want to play it again.
There's comfort in knowing that the other person is doing their job beyond your expectations. The good thing about working with that is you can hand them some artwork, and you can, you'll see it in the game pretty quickly.
Time! You tell me time!
1 second.
Well, we test the games. When it comes close to the time that the game is done, they have us come in and we just play it. We play them all day long and look for bugs.
The difference between Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3 is that they added a run button, and when you use the run button, it makes you aggressive towards your opponent. You're going to have to keep on using the run over and over and over to attack your opponent.
What we're going to show you now is a few simple combos
that'll get you started playing. A lot of characters have a simple combo with kicks, which usually involves three presses of the same button. Like Cyrax has, you press high kick twice and then back and high kick for the final hit. And he does 3 hits and knocks the opponent away.
My favorite move would probably be Kano's chokehold. It'll be down towards low punch.
One of my favorite codes is disable blocking. Each player presses block twice when the code things come up on the screen. And it turns off blocking, so you can't be a defensive player. You have to play offensively or you're going to lose, because there's no way you can block anybody's hits.
This is the sound area. This is where they make all the sounds for the games.
You try to imagine the action of playing the game and what the music's gonna do to like get you revved up. Ed gives me a videotape of just sort of scrolling through the backgrounds. I just look at that and try to get some idea about the kind of mood, the kind of setting that we're trying to represent. Now this one in particular, I was thinking, well, this reminds me of Mortal Kombat 2. It's got that very dark Outworld feel that looks like Goro with this green thing in his mouth.
Yes, I do know martial arts. Kung Fu.
I try to get a rhythm going and then fill it out with harmony.
Toast, toast, toasty! It evolved from your toast.
That's Ed Boon, pitched down a few semitones.
So, I mean, in the movie, he's Scorpion. You'll see in the credits, Ed Boon, voice of Scorpion.
Feel the power of Shao Kahn.
You know, Shao Kahn was played by Steve Ritchie, who is the king, as we all know him. Pinball designer.
Flawless victory.
Basically, everyone has a set of speech calls for attacking, you know, punching, getting hit, you know, getting hit in the face, getting hit in the body.
We do the arcade version, which is the original one, and then after that's one's been out for about a year or so, and then they start converting it into the home platforms, that's where you get the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, and all that.
Well, the Chicago guys send us the assembly source code, and then we go line by line and convert it into C.
Yeah, so drop shipped us all the original artwork that they did, all the finished artwork that went into the game and their file formats, and then it's up to us to rip it out and figure out what file format would be best to use on our PlayStation and convert it down and make it work.
We have one piece of hardware that has a particular size of RAM and a CD-ROM, which is in the machine. And so what you have to do is you have to decide what chunks of sound data have to come off of the CD-ROM into the RAM of the machine, and at one point in the game.
The quality on the PSX is better. It's stereo 44.1 sound, just like you'll buy in any music store, CD shop. Right. It's the same stuff.
One of the most amazing things I think we found in the game that we couldn't believe was the fact that Shiva was a stop-motion puppet. When we were originally just looking at the artwork, we were just saying there's no way. I mean, we see like muscles rippling, it looks like her face is changing, it just looked too real.
One of the codes, if you, on the briefcase screen, if you push the third symbol down 1, you'll get a new exclusive PSX code. Don't think we're going to tell you what it is. We'll just let
find out on your own.
Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best, man? Who's the best, man? You're the best, man. Oh, man. You're the best, man. Ray's the coolest. The Ray disappears and he's like flying. He's gonna teleport. It's
all an illusion. It's all an illusion.
Open
Game over.
Sesame.